Golden Arrow Resources in the news recently. Golden Arrow trades as GRG on the Toronto Venture Exchange, GARWF on the OTCQB in the States as they hit high-grade gold and shallow drilling and identifies new targets. Their Tierra Dorada Gold Project in Paraguay. Here to run through the details, VP of Exploration, Brian McEwen. Brian, appreciate the time here. I certainly haven't had the pleasure. Happy New Year. Before we get into today's news, I want to maybe backtrack a little bit, talk about you and the team that's going to execute the game plan here for Golden Arrow, and then take us into today's news.
I'd be happy to do that, Rob. Happy New Year to you as well, and anybody out there listening. Actually, it's been with all the challenges we've had a good year. We've got a very good group. I talk about myself personally. I've been in the business for about 40 years now. I've been working in operating mines, exploration, developing mines. I used to work for an engineering consulting group, AMEC. Worked on some of the biggest projects around the world: Antamina, Quebrada Blanca, Petaquilla, Spence. Mostly of those are in Latin America. So a lot of experience. Came over to the junior side back in, I think, about 2008, working for different companies. I joined the Grosso Group in 2012 because I was excited about the development of the Chinchillas project they had in Argentina, which we've since monetized with SSR Mining. We have our offices in Mendoza. We have an excellent team on the ground there, headed up by our chief geologist, Hugo Carranza. But part of the team is also, because of my experience with the consulting business, we've got a stable of mining engineers, process engineers, geologists, other people that we can draw on. So we've got I think probably one of the best teams in the business, especially at this stage of exploration and development. And you're right, 2020 has been a challenge. We started off the year with well funded. We've got the coffers are full, with full intentions of taking our three projects forward, doing exploring and then drilling them off by the end of the year last year. Then, of course, COVID hit and everything went in the ditch, and we had to stick handle from that way on. I think that we've done probably better than a lot of people in that vein. Our project in Chile, we ended up hiring some local geologists, and they're continuing to work on those projects because the borders in South America are closed. After they opened up a little bit, we could start moving around, but we haven't had any of our people on the ground. Our projects in Argentina face the same challenges. Just recently, they've opened up some of the areas we can travel now in country. So we're working in Rio Negro now, and that's going extremely well. Should be out putting some news on that. And I think that our biggest success has been the one that we just put out recently. And that came with a lot of challenges, and we managed to stick handle through that. Our exploration program that we kicked off in January of last year was very aggressive. The plan was to get in there and do the all of the surface work, go in there and do the geophysics, and then develop drill targets and drill. We couldn't do that because of social distancing and no travel and all that kind of stuff. So we had to come up with a way of still being able to generate some excitement. We were able to get a prospecting permit, which allowed us to drill holes up to 20 meters. So we went in, and in a lot of ways, we were blind drilling these holes. We had some indications on surface. Hard to picture this, but we're working in farmers' fields, and we able to delineate some veins and boulders. And from that, we go in and we drill these holes. And I was surprised at how much success we had. And you could see why the numbers, a lot of multi-ounce intersections. I had 143 gram intersection. There was some values in there, the 40s and 50 gram per ton over 6-7 meters. So we're hitting it, and then we ended up having to put the cart before the horse there, do the drilling prior to the geophysics. We ended in after the fact into the geophysics, and now that we have the drilling information, we can see, okay, well, the structures weren't going this way. From the geophysics, you can see it's more of a trend this way. So now we've got these targets. We've confirmed kind of what we were thinking and back on the right track. So as we look forward to 2021, what we're going to do, we've applied for drilling permits to drill deeper. We hope to be receiving those permits pretty quickly, and we'll be drilling those holes much deeper, 100 and 150 meter type targets, hopefully by the end of or before the end of Q1, and we'll be generating information there. So I think that 2020 was a challenge. 2021 will be a challenge as well. In this business, I think that it's important. You've got good people, good projects, and probably more than anything, money at this stage. And I think we've got all three of those, and I think it looks pretty rosy coming up for us this year.
Yeah, certainly. It sounds like a big year for GRG, indeed. But why don't you take us into the real short term here, Brian? Investors lack news flow, so you mentioned a lot there, but narrow down here. What's up next here?
I think that the big successes that we're going to have are we're going to be drilling on these projects in Paraguay as soon as we have the permits. We're also doing a lot of regional work, and I know nobody gets excited about regional work, but we are seeing visible gold in our stream sediment samplings and stuff. So there's a lot of gold in Paraguay that people have just missed or never looked at before. So we're pushing hard on that. In Chile, we see Chile as a very interesting target, especially because in the copper space right now, things are looking good. We've got some very good consultants that are working on our behalf right now to find an advanced project in Chile. We do have the funds to look at that. So we're kicking a lot of tires right now. An announcement on that could happen at any time. In Rio Negro in Argentina, we've got 3 very good projects there. Again, we're seeing visible gold on those, and we've started sampling. So, we're going to be generating a lot of information. A lot of data should be coming out of Rio Negro, out of our project in Chile and Paraguay. I mean, we're firing all cylinders right now, and I think that over the next little while, we'll be putting out a lot of news.
Well, we'll look forward to keeping our eye on the wire. Appreciate that update. Again, that's VP of Exploration, Brian McEwen. Again, that's Golden Arrow Resources, GRG, on the Toronto Venture Exchange, GARWF, OTCQB in the States. Hey, Brian, appreciate that drill down. Certainly keep our eye out when you guys have some more news to report.
Pleasure to talk with you, Rob.